Well, with me is Chris Thomas, Minister for Policy Reform, and in Tynwald in December came up about electronic voting, and I think we're recording this on the eve of the UK election. Clearly, things should be moving on, and we will have our iPads, we've got phones, and you weren't keen on this. This is,
I know, we are keen.
You're looking at other examples, and other people aren't keen, so you're not keen, right?
Exactly. We are keen on using iPads and we are keen on using computers.
But not for voting?
We've done loads for helping people to register, and inside the election bill that we'll hope to take into the Keys in February, we will have the ability to register up to a shorter time before the election and by-elections.
But you don't want people voting on their... it's difficult. I'm not saying you don't want it.
Yeah.
There's massive problems, just
yeah,
that way.
The issues in the experiments that have been tried throughout Europe, Norway, Belgium, Ireland, and lots of other places, UK to an extent, suggests that there are perceptions or actual issues to do with security. What could the evil government or somebody go in and manipulate your vote? There are issues to do with the system being robust, not collapsing during the process and then losing record of it, ultimately having boxes. Even in the Isle of Man we lost a box apparently in one of the constituencies last time, and then it turned up. But if we, there's other potential that have to be managed. And then purely and simply in terms of cost. So the answer I gave to Mr. Hooper in Keys was that in Guernsey, they're just using devices to help them with the count, because they've got a particularly complicated election coming up in Guernsey where they've got an all-island vote for all members. And it's just going to be massively hard to count. They're looking at hundreds of thousands, 200,000 or something, to actually for the technology to support that vote. So for the issues of cost, robustness, security, we've decided it's premature, and I announced it definitely wouldn't be happening in 2021, although we would keep the issue under review.
So you can sign up but not actually make your vote
and we'll be
electronically?
We'll be doing loads of innovation for the 2021 election, because it is frustrating and disappointing for politicians, and I'm sure for the public, not to have higher turnout and to be in a situation where the turnout has been going down for the last few decades.
What about the idea, I think the people put it, potentially if you work in Ramsey but you're resident in Douglas, what about the potential you could vote in another constituency during the day? Do you think that's slightly late on it?
We haven't ruled that out, so that would be electronic support, and we're going to have a consultation about that, and we'll rule that. But Laurie's idea was the idea that's used in Estonia, for instance, whereas as I understand it, around a third of people never went anywhere near a polling station. They actually voted online from home as an alternative to going to polling stations.
When you say that, it sounds like it could be rigged then. I mean, if people don't turn up, they magically just... is that your worry again?
It could be, and it was actually... Apparently there was a major issue with the election in Estonia in 2007. I don't know much about it, so don't push me on the detail, but that's what it said in my notes in Keys.
It is strange that I can use my thumbprint or my picture and buy things and spend hundreds of pounds online.
And there is lots of fraud, though, you must admit.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going, Paul, because I think you and lots of other people are really, really worried about going in the direction that Estonia's gone in for its citizens. So in Estonia, they do have a Big Brother database. That's their culture and that's their tradition. So they do have national ID cards. And they do have a single database about every citizen. That would be politically unacceptable and socially unacceptable in the Isle of Man. In the Isle of Man, we like our liberties and we like our freedom. So we are trying to use what we call a smart service framework and a single resident record type approach to help people tell government once and to fill a form in only once and that sort of thing. But that's proving quite controversial, and we're having to get to the system like you've got in Estonia, where you can go online. They've got to know everything about you, including what your eyes look like, perhaps, and all of that sort of stuff. And that doesn't seem a price worth paying, as it costs more, and you could still probably get round it. So, the European countries that have tried this have pulled away. The trend is
I'm guessing you're going to wait until someone like the UK has perfected it and then pop onto their system.
Or even if it's the right thing to do. I mean, it might be that that's not the right thing to do. It could be that part of the election, the real thing of the election at the moment, even in Estonia, because only a third use the e-voting, is where the polling stations are located and how the candidates present their campaign beforehand, how much the voters think that their votes will make a difference if they cast their votes. And that's what real democracy is about.
Well, at least we only vote every 5 years, unlike the United Kingdom, which seems to be popping along
every couple of years.
So
last time we had a December election, I think we had to have one the following year, so watch out.